assault, and now you've picked up a new case. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 15th, 2024, officers were assisting with a stranded motorist disabled in Harris County, Texas, when a witness ran up to the officer and stated that he had been shot at. Witness fell on the ground and the officers observed the defendant running across the street. Witness pointed out the defendant and stated defendant was the one who shot him.
3 strikes and, well, it's not baseball, but judges definitely keep score. Let us know in the comments, should picking up a new charge while already out on bond automatically revoke your bond rights?
He's charged with an evading arrest and an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
Sure, Judge. I can look further into the offense report.
Your Honor, on this case, initially, yes, that's what the complainant said, but upon further investigation, the officer could not locate the weapon. And also, he was unsure of whether, based on the offense report, whether the defendant was the one who shot based on location of the complainant, as well as the fact that he couldn't observe the weapon upon retracing the steps of the defendant.
This is where things get muddy. No weapon found, no direct observation, but a charge still sticks? Remember, probable cause doesn't mean proof beyond doubt. It just means there's enough to move the case forward.
Don't we have shot spotters out there now anyways? But, I mean, you know, it would be interesting to see where this location is, see if there's an actual shot spotter out there. If there is, just put the records. You know, it's not rocket science, okay?
So the defendant then began running in the officer's direction. Officer's marked patrol vehicle was blocking the lanes with lights activated. Officer yelled at D to stop. And yelled at the defendant to stop and identified himself as police. The defendant turned around and began to run away from the officer. Officer gave chase and yelled again to the defendant, IDing himself and asking for the defendant to stop, which the defendant refused, looking back and continued running. Approximate length of chase was 0.6 miles.
Okay. Mr. Richardson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your evading arrest. You have been given multiple bonds. I asked you to do one thing while you were on bond for both of those assault cases. Do you remember? Stay home and stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble. I was shy.
And now you picked up a new case. I'm revoking your bond. He goes with you.
This one hits different. Quite literally. Domestic cases are some of the toughest. High emotion, conflicting accounts, and a child in the back seat during the alleged incident? That complicates everything.
Revoke my bond?
Mm-hmm.
I was shy.
You DeJuan Fairley? Mr. Fairley, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Any witness and the defendant are dating and they have a child. On October 14th, 2024, any witness was driving while the defendant was a passenger and their son was in the rear seat. Defendant began questioning complaining witness because he thought she was cheating, which prompted an argument. Defendant began putting his hands in complaining witness's face, impairing complainant's ability to see the road. Complainant brought the vehicle to an immediate stop. Defendant then began grabbing her left shoulder. While defendant was grabbing her shoulder, complaining witness turned and bit defendant on his hands in an attempt to get defendant to release her. Defendant then punched complainant with a closed fist in the face, causing pain.
Right, Mr. Fairley, I'm going to find that there's probable cause. Do we know whether she wants to have contact with them?
I believe she does want contact, Judge. It looks like someone from DVD threw it.
How do you have that belief?
Someone from our domestic violence division called her, and she said she doesn't want to move forward. So she does want contact with the defendant.
Any other priors that she's seen?
No criminal history, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Fairley, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with this witness. If I find that you do, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
When the judge starts laying down bond conditions like their commandments, you know they're done playing. Viewer poll: should PR bonds be off the table for repeat domestic violence suspects?
So I don't know what kind of relationship you have with this person, but if you're someone who's constantly going to fight with this person, be careful. Because remember, it's not what you think as far as threatening or harassing, it's how she perceives. So can conduct in and of itself violate this order? It absolutely can. If I go like you in jail in a moment's notice. Do you understand?
Sir.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I will have you come up here. The other thing you need to understand is there's a protective order that is in place. I would get to know it, because if you violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you, and then it gets ugly really quick. You understand? I will have you come up here. Well, we're going to have you sign a court order to not to have any threatening or harassing contact. I'm also prohibiting you from having any weapons as well. No guns, knives, nothing. I'll have you sign a release and we'll get you out of here to hire a lawyer, all right? Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, otherwise I'll issue a warrant. Please. Is it DeTwain Johnson?
DeTwain.
DeTwain. Mr. Johnson, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing a probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One of those points to you, sir.
On October 16th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas, on a silver Buick bearing a Texas temp tag with no return to a motor vehicle, no light, and not sure what that means. But he had a temp tag that did not return to a vehicle and no lights in the back. So the defendant exited from the driver's side of the motor vehicle, leaving the vehicle on, and walked towards the patrol motor vehicle quickly. Defendant attempted to walk back towards the driver's side to turn off the motor vehicle. Officers stopped defendant before he opened the door. Defendant stated the firearm was inside the vehicle. Officers opened the driver's side door and observed a Glock in plain view, unholstered, in the driver's side door panel.
Find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
No, sir, I have an ID, a state ID.
Condition of your bond, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. If you get a Texas driver license and liability insurance, I will let you drive. But until that point, if I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I had insurance on my car though. They
Don't have a license. You need a license, a Texas driver's license.
Oh, yes, sir.
Until you have a license, you can't drive. I'm glad that you have insurance, because that's really one of the most important parts, because if you get into an accident and create $50,000 in damage, if you don't have insurance, they're going to come after you and make you pay the $50,000.
Yes, sir.
You have insurance, and if you get into an accident, they'll even give you a lawyer to represent you. But you still need a license. If you get a license, come back and show me, and then I'll take this off. But until that point, don't. So I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive, not be in possession of any weapons, and after that, we'll let you go. What do you do for a living?
I work for a landscape and motion.
And how much money do you make a month?
My father work for like 2,500. Could be like 2,500
A month?
It's not that much, you know.
Which is 2,500 is not bad. I mean, who do you live with? Where? Do you live by yourself in the apartment, or who?
Just me.
You have children?
Yes, sir. I have a daughter.
Where's the kid now? Do you provide support for the child? I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look at it to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you.
I don't have a bank account there.
I'm telling you, don't put all zeros, because if you do that, I'm going to send it right back to you. I need to know everything about you, monetary, financial, everything. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We'll have you come up here, swear to this, and then they'll give you an application, fill out, and I'll take a look, okay? All right.
Judge, we also have the Spanish arraignment.
Ay, caramba, la bamba. Come on, man.
Page 10, Gutierrez.
Come on, Luis. Okay, Page what, 10?
10.
Yes. Mr. Gutierrez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
On October 15th, 2024, officers observed defendant's motor vehicle exit a parking lot and drive into the main roadway very suddenly with rapid acceleration. Officers saw that the vehicle had a defective license plate light and expired registration.
No shirt, no sobriety, no problem? Well, actually, all problems. This is like the holy trinity of red flags during a DWI stop. And yes, you can be arrested even if you're pantsed and polite.